Today we've been having meetings with representatives of the European Commission and others. Dafydd Wigley is here in Brussels. We've been in negotiations with them. Dafydd, would you like to explain what it's all about?
Well, of course, we're at a critical point in the cycle of European funding. It's not just that the budget has been more or less agreed now, but over the next few weeks and months, we're going to get the agreement, hopefully, on structural funds. Now, the structural funds for Wales has been very important over the last 12 years. The Objective 1 funding, first of all, and then the convergence funds. And we secured those because people from Wales came out here and spoke. You yourself did, Jill, and Eric Wynne when he was with you here. We were able to raise our voices to ensure that Wales was recognised by Europe. And we are still recognised, but we can only get the maximum benefit from these funds if we understand what's happening, if we put proper projects forward, if we work together as a team in Wales to secure the best we can. And there is a need to talk to people in Brussels to make sure that the needs of Wales are on their agenda, but that we also understand what their priorities are so that we can work together and get the best outcome.
A lot of people here in Brussels are confused and don't really understand the whole debate that's going on in the UK, but particularly, of course, in Parliament in London. You were there in the middle of all of that, hearing all the debate. How do you think that's going to potentially affect us in Wales? Well,
quite clearly, there is a different emphasis in Wales to the emphasis that you hear in the House of Commons and the House of Lords in London, and generally from the yellow press in London. There seems to be an anti-Europeanism running through London that I don't hear, frankly, in Wales to that extent. And there are good reasons for that, because Wales has benefited, not only benefited financially from the structures, the structural funds and the convergence money, the Objective 1 money, benefited in agricultural terms. Some 80% of the income of our farmers would be coming from Europe, money that would be lost to the rural economy if we were pulling out. But there's also the greater vision. We've got to remember why the European Union was formed in the first place. It was formed to make sure that European nations never again go to war against each other in the way that happened twice in the 20th century. We're coming up to the centenary of the beginning of the First World War, and that should be a reminder to us all that we can't take these things for granted. And whereas, yes, of course, we'll have differences as to whether Brussels has done the right thing on the definition of chocolate or the shape of bananas or something like that, the important thing is that we are building a united and a harmonious continent, that we're part of that we're outward looking in Wales to a multicultural dimension that exists here in Europe, and that we don't peel off and become an inward looking, backward looking, isolationist offshore island, and that's the danger.
And that's why you can be sure that all of us in Plaid Cymru will be working together at all levels to secure Wales's future in the European Union.